This video is based on conspiracy theories, so please don't take it seriously and you can watch this video for informational purposes only. What if I tell you that the governments already know that something terrible is going to happen on Earth? There is going to be destruction here, and this fact is being hidden from every ordinary citizen of this world. As soon as you get busy with your daily routine in life, some powerful forces of this world start working on their dangerous intentions. They want to convince the world that everything is going fine. There's nothing to be afraid of, but secretly they're making plans. Not for you and me, but for a special section of this world, for the elite class of this world. Welcome to you. Danger in the biggest, most dangerous, and most secret cover-up of modern history. An upcoming asteroid that will destroy everything, and maybe someone wants to hide this from the world. Let's rewind a bit. It's about 2013. A 70-foot asteroid exploded over Chelyabinsk, Russia. That was a wake-up call for the whole world about how vulnerable our Earth is to such disasters. National Aeronautics and Space Administration and European Space Agency's Planetary defense system couldn't detect that asteroid until the last moment. Did the governments react to this the way they should have? They invested in safety, considering the seriousness of the situation. Not exactly, in fact. For years, even classified reports have been leaking, showing glimpses of the truth that are far more terrifying. A dark secret has also come out from multiple astronomers who believe that a huge asteroid is heading towards us and will collide with the Earth. Even after knowing so much, why is everyone still silent? Some government employees who don't want to come forward. But near Earth, some scientists tracking the object know that a massive asteroid, a planet killer, could be heading our way. Even if it doesn't come today, when it does, no one will survive. They say that when they told higher authorities about this shocking discovery, they were silenced. The public was told not to be informed about this. This would cause panic all over the world, economies would crash, the stock market would fall, there would be chaos among people, riots would break out, and the whole world would be focused on that asteroid. That's why such sensitive and dangerous news cannot be leaked to the public. That's true, but is that the whole truth? It's not just a cover-up, but a plan to keep the people of the world in the dark. But why are the governments doing this? You'll find out the answer to that. Who exactly are they trying to protect? Where the whole world has become completely distracted, scrolling on social media all day. All the youth are hooked on reality shows and Netflix series. Meanwhile, a small group of people in this world is busy preparing to survive the apocalypse. Yes, that's not me or you. Have you ever wondered why billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Richard Branson are so obsessed with space travel? Could it be that under the guise of tourism and exploration, they're actually planning something else? A kind of escape plan? There must be something that a select few elites around the world know, which we don't. And they're working to survive that disaster. For decades, governments have been building underground bunkers in secret locations. Massive self-sustaining complexes are being built that can protect people from such disasters. These bunkers are stocked with supplies to survive for years, and they are built far away from the reach of common people, hidden away. Military bunkers have been built in the mountains of Colorado. Officials say that these are control centers. But, meanwhile, conspiracy theorists believe that special arrangements have been made here for the elites to stay during times of disaster. Underground bunkers in New Zealand, bunkers hidden in the mountains of the Swiss Alps that only a few people know about, Russia's famous bunkers, the list is very long. There are many such secret projects that you and I don't even know about. For example, there could be a secret space station where people could easily live for years. All these plans are not science fiction, they are real. You can even Google about such companies. There are companies that specifically build and sell doomsday bunkers, and their sales are skyrocketing. Just think about it. Who is actually buying these multi-million-dollar bunkers? Certainly, it's not you or me, nor is it any ordinary person in this world. Meanwhile, the world's wealthiest are funding space exploration. It's not for the good of humanity, rather, for them, it's a one-way ticket. Before it's too late, she wants to get it done. Just think about it. Why spend billions on Mars terraforming it when there's so much that can be done on Earth because Mars is the elite class's plan B? If you look back through the pages of history, governments have always hidden a lot from their citizens. America secretly began the Manhattan Project where the atomic bomb was developed. No one had the slightest clue about it, not even higher-ranking officials. And by the time the world found out about it, it was already too late. Obviously, the Manhattan Project had to be kept secret because they were building an atomic bomb there that could wipe out other countries. But the bitter truth is that such secret programs have always existed. Another secret program was under the MK Ultra program. The CIA conducted mind control experiments on many civilians. There are many such secret programs where everything has been hidden from people. If they want to keep these things secret, then how could an asteroid apocalypse not be included in that? In 2018, the United States government quietly renewed the asteroid detection program with a budget of millions of dollars. Doesn't it raise questions as to why the budget was suddenly increased so much and why none of this was covered in the mainstream media? The answer is that they don't want to turn the world into an atmosphere of sudden panic. In such situations, it becomes difficult to control people. By not telling this, they want to keep everyone calm. This way, the elite class's business will keep running and governments won't fall either. They will tell you what's really going on, but only when it's already too late. If you're still not convinced, then let's take a look at some more evidence. Over the past decade, you must have noticed that every few days or months, there are always news reports in the media related to asteroids, like a certain asteroid missed the Earth. One thing is, how long will we keep getting lucky? One day, our luck won't be with us. It's also said that governments control the entire narrative on mainstream media. The asteroid was about to hit our Earth, but it didn't. It missed the Earth. Such news over a period of time makes us lose our fear of real dangers like asteroids. Today, our mentality has become such or has been made such that we don't take any such news seriously at all. Even if one day this news turns out to be real, it will probably still be ignored by the majority of the population, and maybe that's exactly what the people in power want. Even if someone gathers the courage to leak the news of a secret apocalypse, our minds have been programmed in such a way, so much information has been flooded into our minds that we won't even believe what that whistleblower says. In 2017, an asteroid passed by at a distance that was just 1/10 the distance between the Earth and the Moon. That was a real danger for us, but the mainstream media didn't cover this event much, and neither did any scientific community openly talk about it. It seemed like everything was under the control of some great power. Otherwise, this threat was really serious. The news was suppressed, meaning there wasn't much discussion about it. The truth is often right in front of us if you know where to look for it. National Aeronautics and Space Administration can't just come out and tell the public that the world will end on a certain date. In this situation, fear and chaos would spread. But National Aeronautics and Space Administration says that there are no chances of an asteroid impact for the next 100 years. But have you paid attention to the news? Often, information about flyby asteroids is given by mainstream media only 3 or 4 days in advance. This is not a good sign for us. If ordinary people get information about a massive, catastrophic asteroid impact only a few days in advance, then even if we want to, we won't be able to do anything. The government won't come to save us, and in such a situation, not everyone can be saved. By then, billionaires will have either left for Mars or will be watching the Earth being destroyed from some private space station, and some will survive this disaster by hiding in their bunkers. The common man lacks both accurate information and resources, which leaves him helpless. Ask yourself, who is actually benefiting from space tourism and space exploration today? An ordinary person who is busy just earning a living and providing for his family. Is it him? Or is it those rich people who are going to use space missions like a lifeboat? And then what will happen when this event finally becomes a reality? An asteroid will come toward Earth that cannot be ignored. And in any case, it will only prove to be destructive for our planet. What do you think? How will this news reach the common people? Will they let this news come out or not? And they won't let it come out until it's too late. This isn't the plot of some sci-fi or dystopian movie. This is exactly what happens with common people. By the time this reaches the common people, the danger will be standing right in front of their eyes. In simple words, now nothing can be done. When the rich people will be hiding in their bunkers, some will have launched some into space. Meanwhile, common people will be left to face this apocalypse. What if I told you that the countdown has already begun? With every second, we are moving closer to that point of no return from where it will be impossible to come back. Before time runs out, either join that elite club or demand transparency from the governments. Because the future of humanity should be in all our hands, not just in the hands of a few rich people. The truth is right in front of all of us. Friends, what do you think? Are they really trying to hide something from us? If yes, then what do you think that thing is? In 2004, scientists made a chilling discovery. An asteroid as big as a skyscraper is heading towards Earth at a speed of 45,000 miles per hour. That asteroid is named Apophis. Named after the ancient Egyptian god of chaos, this name perfectly defines the asteroid. According to the initial calculations, on April 13th, 2029, this 1,100-foot space rock had a very high chance of colliding with our Earth. As soon as this news is heard, it feels like the whole world holds its breath for a moment. The news starts spreading rapidly, from scientific research papers to the headlines of every major media outlet. The asteroid impact was no longer just a science fiction story, it was about to become a harsh reality of the future. But here's the twist, this impact won't happen. At least that's what it seems so far. When everyone started talking about this asteroid everywhere, when chaos started spreading among people, scientists took more precise measurements of it. Scientists recalculated Apophis's trajectory and finally found out that it won't collide with Earth but will narrowly miss it by a small margin. On April 13th, 2029, Apophis will pass so close to us that it will even come inside the orbit of some satellites. This isn't just a one-time coincidence. Every year, asteroids of different sizes pass close to our Earth, often without anyone noticing, and by the time we find out about them, they have already passed. But just imagine if we are not able to detect them in time. If Apophis collides, it would be nothing less than a catastrophe for humanity. Or what if there is another asteroid somewhere in this dark space that is currently targeting us directly, one that we haven't spotted yet? After all, how many times has this happened to us before? In today's video, we'll talk about close encounter real-life asteroid scenarios. This is not a hypothetical scenario. In fact, these are the very moments when our planet came very close to destruction. We will look at the 3 most alarming asteroid incidents, analyze their potential impact, and most importantly, understand what is being done to prevent such disasters in the future. Because next time, we might not be so lucky. What are asteroids and near-Earth objects? Heart-stopping near encounters. Before we get into the stories, we need to understand what exactly we are facing. Asteroids, which are sometimes called minor planets, are rocky bodies that have survived since the formation of our solar system. Most asteroids are found in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, but some wander through space and come very close to our Earth, and these wandering rocks are called near-Earth objects, or NEOs. These are what become the biggest threat to us. An object is considered a near-Earth object when it comes within 30 million miles of Earth's orbit. This distance might sound like a lot, but in the vastness of space, it's terrifyingly close. So close that it's like just barely missing us. And here, we're not just talking about tiny rocks. Some NEOs are larger than half a mile, and if they collide with Earth, the scale of destruction would be unimaginable. So what would happen if a massive asteroid enters our neighborhood? First of all, we depend on space organizations like National Aeronautics and Space Administration and the European Space Agency, which constantly track these potential threats at all times. These agencies use powerful telescopes to spot NEOs, calculate their orbits, and determine whether any asteroid is heading toward our Earth. In 1998, National Aeronautics and Space Administration launched a dedicated program, the Near-Earth Object Program, which was created specifically to track and analyze these asteroids. The good news for us is that scientists have already mapped thousands of asteroids. Till now, more than 30,000 NEOs have been catalogued. But there's a catch here. All these asteroids are not detected quickly enough for us to do something against them or to make any strategy to stop them. Many asteroids have passed close to Earth without being detected with only a few hours' notice. But why is this so? Because these objects are often dark, small, or moving on an unpredictable trajectory, which makes it even more difficult to spot them in the pitch darkness of space. And this is truly a cause for concern. Just look at the Chelyabinsk event of 2013. A 20-meter asteroid entered Earth's atmosphere without any warning and exploded over Russia. The shockwave from this explosion damaged thousands of buildings. It even shattered the windows of buildings in 6 nearby cities, and more than 1,000 people were injured in this incident. If this asteroid had been a little bigger or had impacted in a populated area, the level of destruction would have been so high that just thinking about it gives you goosebumps. That's why scientists take NEOs so seriously. It's not just about the asteroids we already know about. In fact, the real fear is about those that are still wandering in space, hidden from our eyes until now. Every day, these celestial bullets keep racing through space, looking to target something. Famous close encounters. Year 2029, Asteroid 2004 MN4 Apophis. Our first story takes us back to 2004 when scientists discovered an asteroid that caused fear and panic all over the world. It was named Apophis after the Egyptian god of chaos and destruction. This asteroid was massive, about 1,100 feet in size, which is as big as a 90-story building. But it wasn't just its size that was frightening, it was its trajectory that scared us the most. Initial calculations showed that Apophis had about a 2.7% chance of colliding with our Earth in 2029. This might seem like a small number to us, but in the world of asteroid impact forecasting, this number is enough to take everyone's breath away. This is a warning bell for the danger ahead. If it collides, the damage will be catastrophic. Apophis is so big that its impact would be equal to the explosion of hundreds of nuclear bombs. Entire cities will be completely reduced to rubble, and shockwaves will cause massive destruction all over the world. For some time, this news was a certain event for us, something that was going to happen in our future. Scientists believe that this asteroid could become the first object to collide with Earth in modern times. Scientists then did a lot of research to further refine their calculations, and finally the result came out. Apophis will pass by Earth with only a narrow margin. April 13th, 2029 is the day when it will pass at a distance of just 19,000 miles, which is even closer than many of our satellites. If we look at it in space terms, 19,000 miles is nothing. It's just like a bullet passing by just inches away, but passing this close creates another risk. the effect of gravitational keyholes where the asteroid's future orbit changes, because of which it starts moving on a trajectory that could bring it back towards Earth in the future. If Apophis collides with Earth, the scene will be devastating, especially if it impacts a populated area. The entire area would be wiped out. There will also be long-term effects on the climate and global infrastructure. But the scariest thing is that Apophis will return again in 2036. But we don't know what its trajectory will be then. What then? It will either collide with our Earth, or it will pass by our planet even closer than before, or it will collide the next time. Although the risk is lower now, scientists will still keep their eyes on it. Yes, it's possible that we survive this time, but next time we might not be so lucky. In 2013, when Apophis was making headlines, a small asteroid surprised the world in Chelyabinsk. On February 15, 2013, a meteor just 65 feet wide entered Earth's atmosphere over Russia, and that too without being detected by any space agency. This event is now known as the Chelyabinsk meteor. It came completely unexpectedly. There was no warning, and this asteroid exploded with a huge blast over the sky of Chelyabinsk city. Such explosions are called airbursts. With energy equivalent to about 30 Hiroshima atomic bombs, it created a bright flash and a shockwave. Because of this, thousands of buildings were damaged and more than 1,500 people were injured in this incident. The energy of the explosion was so high that people felt the blast even 50 miles away. This shows that large asteroids are indeed dangerous, but even small asteroids can cause a lot of destruction. They are dangerous also because detecting them is almost impossible. In this case, this meteor was a different kind of near miss. Instead of hitting the ground, it exploded in the atmosphere. If this explosion had happened a little lower or over a more populated area, the damage could have been much greater and there could have been casualties as well. It was fortunate that no lives were lost in this incident, but the Chelyabinsk event was a wake-up call. For scientists and governments, it was a reminder that we are not yet prepared to deal with threats from beyond our planet. The meteor came from a direction where our telescopes were not scanning. This proves that despite our technology, space is still full of surprises for us. These asteroids are either too small or too fast to be detected in time. It's something to think about that we had no idea about such a big impact until the last moment. And this is a serious warning. If Chelyabinsk had exploded a little bigger or closer to the ground, the damage would have been even more serious. Asteroid 2019. Okay, in July 2019, another asteroid passed very close to our Earth, and this time it almost missed the Earth. Asteroid 2019, OK, was about 427 feet wide, and it was just 45,000 miles away. It passed close to our Earth, even closer than our moon. The most surprising thing was that scientists couldn't spot it until the last moment. This asteroid was detected just a few days ago, and at that time, it was passing close to our Earth at a speed of about 55,000 miles per hour. For comparison, it was traveling at twice the speed of a fast bullet. If 2019 OK had collided with our Earth, it would have caused massive destruction in the impact area. Especially if it had hit a densely populated city, we would have suffered loss of life and property. That explosion would have been equal to a very large nuclear bomb, which would have completely wiped out a huge surrounding area. At 427 feet wide, it could have caused massive destruction. Well, it wouldn't have been as big as a major extinction level event. What made 2019 OK most dangerous was its size and its speed. Such objects escape early detection because of their small size, and that's exactly what happened here too. By the time the world found out it was coming, there was no time left to prepare. This close encounter highlights the important fact that there are many asteroids in space, but not all of them are on our radar. Some of them are so fast or hidden that they can't even be detected. If its trajectory had been even slightly different, the results could have been quite serious. As technology is improving, we might see even more such close encounters. These three events, Apophis, Chelyabinsk, and 2019 OK, give us a glimpse of the hidden dangers in space. At any moment, a small piece of debris, a rogue asteroid, or a wandering comet could change the entire history of humanity. But the good thing is that none of these close encounters turned into such a big disaster, and that's a relief. The scariest thing about these near-miss events wasn't just that they came so close to our Earth, but it's also about what could have happened if they had collided. It's not just limited to the immediate damage, but the long-term effects could also be very serious for our planet. First, let's talk about Apophis, which we've already discussed before. If Apophis collides with Earth in 2029, scientists estimate that it will release energy equivalent to about 880 million tons of trinitrotoluene. This is so much power that entire cities would be wiped out, infrastructure would be destroyed, and the impact would be felt all over the world. The scale of its destruction depends on where it strikes. If it falls into the ocean, the tsunami will devastate the coastline areas, causing massive damage to multiple countries, and even cities that are hundreds of miles away from the coast will feel the tremors of the earthquake caused by this impact. But Apophis is not the only asteroid that poses a threat to us. Remember the Chelyabinsk meteor? It was only 65 feet wide, but when it exploded in the atmosphere, the damage was quite significant. And then comes the terrifying case of 2019 OK, because it was 427 feet wide. This asteroid was much bigger than the Chelyabinsk meteor. If 2019 OK had collided with Earth, it would have released energy equivalent to a very large nuclear bomb. It would have destroyed the whole area, and the impact it would have had on our human civilization, we might not have recovered from it for centuries. Because of the explosion, the atmosphere would have been filled with debris, which would have blocked even the sunlight coming from the sun. This would have caused the Earth's temperature to drop rapidly and created a scenario similar to a nuclear winter. This would have destroyed crops, leading to global food shortages and economic collapse. Another important thing is that not every asteroid will create an extinction-level impact, but even then, massive destruction can be seen everywhere on a large scale. 66 million years ago, the Chicxulub impact wiped out the dinosaurs, and that asteroid was only 6 miles wide. However, the asteroids that pass close to our Earth in these close encounters were not big enough to wipe out human civilization. The scientific community, response, and preparation for all the near-miss events we discussed in this video. They have served as a wake-up call not only for the general public but also for our scientific community. In the past few decades, astronomers, space agencies, and governments have taken significant steps to detect, track, and prevent asteroid impacts. The main initiative is National Aeronautics and Space Administration's Near-Earth Object Program, which was started in 1998. This program is for detecting those asteroids and comets that could pose a threat to Earth. National Aeronautics and Space Administration uses telescopes and radar systems to track the orbits of these objects and also calculates the chances of them colliding with Earth. Today, National Aeronautics and Space Administration has catalogued more than 30,000 NEOs, but there are still many asteroids that have escaped all of our attention. Apart from detection, space agencies are also exploring possible ways to prevent such impacts. In 2021, National Aeronautics and Space Administration launched the Double Asteroid Redirection Test mission, which was our first attempt to change the trajectory of an asteroid. The goal of Double Asteroid Redirection Test was to test whether a spacecraft could change the direction of an asteroid by colliding with it. This mission was a big step for planetary defense, and it's a matter of joy for all of us that the data from this mission shows that we have succeeded. The truth is that we are still learning, but these programs are a ray of hope for our human civilization so that we can save our planet from a potential disaster in the future. As we have seen, the Earth has survived many such major collisions several times. Such moments when the future of our planet could have changed forever. These near misses remind us of the unpredictability and dangers of space, but they also show us how humanity is already preparing for future threats. The scientific community is working harder than ever before so that these objects can be tracked, detection systems can be improved, and strategies can be developed to prevent catastrophic impacts. National Aeronautics and Space Administration's Near-Earth Object Program and projects like the Double Asteroid Redirection Test Mission. This gives us hope that we can avoid these disasters, and that's why funding and support for space research is very important. If we invest in asteroid detection and deflection technologies, But this is not just the responsibility of the scientific community, we all have a role to play in supporting these efforts, whether it's by raising awareness, advocating for scientific funding, or simply staying informed about the threats coming from space. The more we know, the better prepared we will be. Friends, what do you think about this? Be sure to share your opinion with us in the comment section below. If you found this documentary insightful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. For more deep dives into space science and the mysteries of the universe, make sure to hit the notification bell as well. Friends, we'll meet again soon with another new video like this. Stay curious, be happy, and goodbye.